Hey guys, what's up? Michael. Let me get my stream set up right quick and I'll explain what's going on. Okay, this is a requested piece of art. It is going to be a cartooning video of Yosemite Sam, and I've got two reference images that I'm going to use for this on my monitor over here, and hopefully I can get this done pretty quickly, and I might do another subject afterwards. So I need to check this out and make sure I'm doing right. Okay. Alright, let's get to work. I have to measure it out first before I can actually do anything. Okay, so right there and about right there is the bottom. So I'm just going to say he's not going to be any taller than that anyway, so alright. Now I'm going to listen to some music while I do this. I'm sorry if it comes through. If it does, please let me know so I can turn it off. Let me do one thing really quick. I have to let someone know that I'm going to stream. Alright, here we go. Okay, so Yosemite Sam is a Looney Tune, if you don't know, and instead of doing just a normal cartooning video, I'm actually going to do something a little bit different this time. I am going to do Yosemite Sam instead of a cartoon as more of a comic book character, more of my own style. And I tell you what, let me go on and move this over just a little bit. The way I have my camera is a little bit odd, so I have to make sure I have enough room to move and everything. Alright, first thing, Yosemite Sam has a hat, which I'm going to put the hat at about right there, at the top of it. Okay, so the first thing I always do in my artwork is try to give myself a guideline of where I can draw or whatever. So I can there to, is that it? Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to say between here and here actually. So his hat is bigger than he is. His hat is actually quite much bigger than he is. So what we're going to do is draw in a circle basically, and it's a rather large circle to start with. So I'm going to sort of make it bean shaped and make it come around like that. And you won't be able to see this all that well to start with because I'm putting down really light lines, but it will turn out to look a lot different when I'm done. So he is actually going to be let's see, his shoulders are going to be about right here, which makes his body about right here. and then he's got this little part, and I can come down to here, so let me go on and grab my other eraser out right quick. Get rid of that. Okay, and he's got for legs just sort of, he's really bow-legged, so you mainly do two little stubs like that, and then you just draw boots on him. And then I'll come back and put in the arms the way I want them in a few minutes. For his head, it's going to set, basically he has a mouth right here, and his head is about this size, it looks like. Okay, and let's see here, right about here is the bottom of his nose. You've got a big old round nose. Hello and welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. So he's got a big old round nose there, and I'm going to give him a little bit of a weird lip, like so. Make that cut back up into there. And now up under his nose is his big old mustache. His mustache, go back in and take out their squigglies. I didn't mean to put them in like that. His mustache is going to come down, and then it actually comes out into blade shapes. And it's actually coming from above his nose, so I'm going to bring this down a little bit and actually make that a little bit different, like that. And then I'm just going to come over here and sort of do the same thing on this side, but I've got it to where, let's see, I've got it sort of to where I want it, for starting out anyway. Okay. I'm just going to sort of sketch it in to start with, and then I'll come back and fix it if I need to. Alright. So down here, I'm just going to draw two more little nubs, and his little feet are sort of like that. Now I'm going to do something a little different for him. These actually come in, sort of taper a little bit, so I am going to give him some, what are they called? Spurs. Give him some spurs. I have a shirt that says Cowboy Rule number 1, don't squat with your spurs on. Alright, so let's see here. I'm going to change his arms up from the picture that I am looking at, so I want to do that as the last thing. Right here, he's got part of his mustache in between his eyes, and then he's got his eyebrows sort of like that, and then he's got something like that on either side, and that's just like a little or black bandana or something around his head. I don't know what it is. Alright, so his eyes are the expression part of him. And let me go down here right quick. He has a big old bow tie. He thinks he's Doctor Who, I guess. Alright. Hello everyone that has joined, and welcome to the stream. Okay, so the next thing I am going to do is the eyes. I just have to figure out exactly how I want to do them. I think I'm going to actually bring that in a little bit, and I want him to have... Okay, here we go. His eyes are like an egg shape on either side right here. And then his eyebrows actually cut into his eyes. So what I'm going to do is actually have this one, the right one, a little bit squinted. I'm going to give him a people's eyebrow, I guess. This up here just a little bit. Now I am doing this sort of in my own style instead of a straight cartooning style. I'm tired of doing just a straight cartooning style like I have been doing for my other videos. And I want it to do something a little bit different. So he's going to have, when I get done with him, he'll be more comic bookish than straight cartoon. So now his eyebrow comes out from the little black part over here, and it comes sort of comes up and meets this one. Let me get that there, and I'm going to make this one come over like so, I think. I'll tell you what, let's make this one standing straight up. Well, no, I like that one actually bent over. We'll fix that later. We'll make this one a little bit different though. Really short compared to the other one, so let me sort of flare it out a little bit. Alright. I don't know, maybe I will switch those up to where they're doing just the opposite. Alright. Maybe I shouldn't make them quite so long either. I'm just going to sort of block them in for now, I think, and then I'll come back and fix it a little bit when I'm ready. There we go, that works. Okay. His eyes, his pupils are right up under his eyebrows. And they are solid black, so. Alright, let me do his nose a little bit better so that you can see it. Okay. Now in the cartoon he doesn't have any type of nostril or anything like that, so I'm sort of experimenting here to start with. See how it looks. Sort of looks like a pig nose on him, so I'm not going to do that. Alright, let's decide how his mustache is actually going to come down. There we go. Alright. Now, the only part left besides his arms is he has these ears that pop out right here. And they actually come into this bandana part just a little bit. And I'll have to fix this and see what I've done wrong. Okay. His ears are actually going to come out of this part, so. And they're just weird little shapes. Like so. Alright. Let me see how I want him to have his arms. Alright, the first one, I'm actually going to have just his little hand over here. And I'm going to put it like that. And he always has two 6-shooters with him, so I'm not very good at drawing guns, so I'm going to try. But I can't promise this is going to look very good. Okay, that's that one, and this one over here, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Feel free to ask questions as well, by the way, anybody in chat. I'm perfectly happy to answer anything, and I'm happy to get requests as well. This is actually a request from someone. Okay, so this is his right hand, and I want him sort of holding his other one up. Let me actually use my camera to make sure that it looks right. Okay, so he has just three fingers. That's the great thing about webcams, is you can look in them and pose for the thing, for your picture. Okay. I want his arm to come up from here. Put that over there. And draw the cylinder, I guess, here. Right, I'm gonna just put some smoke coming out of this one over here. And let's see here, does that look right? Alright, the next part is his belly ends right here about where the circle's at. By the way, this will be up on my YouTube a little bit later, which is youtube.com/SilentThunder013. And this big part here is actually his belt. And his belt actually comes down, the buckle comes down a little bit further than the belt, so I want to put that in before I even get to the rest of it. I'm actually going to give him a little latch on his belt. It's not in any of the pictures I'm looking at, but and then his little bottom is like that there. And I believe that's the pencils for it. Okay, let's do this up a little bit differently. Alright. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out where I want the light to be hitting him. I want to say the light is actually sort of coming in like this. I don't know. Yeah, let's do it that way. Just going to hatch in a few shapes or shaded areas. That looks good for that part. He's definitely going to have a little bit of shade right up under his eyebrows there. right up under his lip especially, I think, is going to have some shading. And we will do a drop shadow of this. Alright, I believe I'm going to make his bottom shaded a little bit right in here, and right here maybe. Come down under those massive turkey legs of his. Okay. Let me pick this up and see if it... Okay, there we go. Now comes the fun part. I think I am going to go with the 03. And I'm going to start actually putting in the pins. Let's see here. Oh no, I think I want something a little bit thicker than that. I'm going to try my old 08, see if it works. There we go. I tell you, Yosemite Sam can look very menacing. Okay. Let's get that little part right there. Okay. All right. I'll go back and do the shades after I do the outlines in this step as well. We're going to give him a flaming eyebrow look. And I'm going to go on and do the ears. And then I'll put that place in right there. Okay, let's try to match this up a little bit, this side. That works. I like that flame idea. Okay. By the way, I am using a Micron 08 for this. The other pens I have are called Zig Millennium. They're basically the same thing, but from my experience, they run out a lot quicker, run out of ink a lot quicker. I also like the Faber-Castell brush pen and the Pigma brush pen as well. Alright, that looks pretty good there. Whew. I don't know if I want his mustache to be flaming or not, but I'm gonna go on and do something with it. All right. Now if I can just do that on the other side, I'll be doing good. I always have a really big problem of drawing things on both sides. I don't know why. Some things I can draw on the left side, some things I'm drawing the right side. And when I go back and try to do the other side, I always mess it up. Okay, looks like I got that in pretty good. Let me go on and find a piece of scrap right quick. Okay, that's his lip. I know from experience that bellies lap over your belt, so sort of, instead of the belt being on top, his belly is hanging over it. Alrighty. we go. Okay. His bottom actually sort of reminds me of a luchador's bottom for some reason. And I think they're actually like buffalo hide chaps that he's wearing or something. But if anybody's drawing him, they can, you know, choose what they want him to have on. So that's why I like changing up stuff. Alright. Make those spurs a little bit smaller. Sort of change up his feet just a little bit as well. Alright. Alrighty. That's his bottom. Now I'll just have his hat and his hands. If I can figure out how I drew his hands, I'll be doing good. Alright. He's got a thumb here. His trigger finger. And there we go. Let's pull that around this way. Put a little bit of a circle on the end of it. See if I can manage to draw it down. There we go. Okay. Now this one over here, that's the bottom of the butt of the gun, I guess. This actually needs to be a little bit less angled, so I'm going to put it like that, and we're going to have a little piece that comes out here. Alright, that looks decent there. I mean, go ahead and put that part in. Okay. Pull his his arm down into him right here. Alright. Let's put some smoke in over here right quick. Okay. And now let's make his hat. There we go. Okay. Now his hat actually has some shading in it as well, so I'm going to go on and sort of sketch in a little bit of where I want that shading to be. I definitely want to have a drop shadow under those eyebrows. We'll put a little bit of a shadow under the ears. Alright. So let's see here. There we go. Okay, I think I'm going to get a slightly smaller pen. Try to get tiny little marks on that to show a rounded edge to it. And I am just hatching. I'm not cross hatching yet. I might do a little bit of cross hatching in a different area. But hatching is just lines one way instead of crossing. Let's give him a little bit of a shade to his belly to make that look a little bit better too. Give him a belly button that's kind of showing through his shirt. Alright, maybe on the bottom of his bow tie he'll have a little bit of shadow up under the creases especially. Alright. Get a little bit bigger pin now. I am going to go on and cross hatch his nose a little bit. Want to darken in that area. Alright. Cross hatch up under here. I think I'm going to cross hatch his belt as well. Alright. Let's go for his hands. The butt of the gun. His arm, inside of his ears needs just a little bit of shading to make it a little bit more believable. Not that Yosemite Sam is believable to start with. You know, I'm not sure if that's even his ears. I think that is actually his mouth coming up there in this picture I'm looking at. So his ears would actually be up here. Okay. Do a little bitty hatching up under his eyebrows to add just a tiny bit of shading there. All right. Same thing here. Okay, let's get this hand over here. Okay. All we got left now is his mustache. Oops, hold on. Let's put a little bit up under his eyeball. It's protruding, so. Alright. Let's do his mustache a little bit. I'm doing this lightly so that it sort of looks like a hair effect. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to put a few hatches in here to make it look like it's a little bit hanging over. And let's get my brush pen out now. I don't want to actually cover the entire area. I do want some of the white to show through, or the paper to show through. Alright. Let me try with the pencil first to see if this would work. Okay. Let's go on and put in a little area here and shade it in as well. Alright, let's see. I think I'm going to bring this up more like this instead. Alright. I think he looks pretty good. Hopefully I won't pull off any of the ink that I put down. I might need to do the hat last. All right, there he is. Need some new batteries for that thing. Of course, I'm going to stick my hand right in it. Lighten up his eyes just a little bit, and I am going to come back in with a really fine 005 pen. Just put in some texture. The 005 pen actually is a lot bigger than that 03 that I was using, it looks like. I guess I've used that 03 up already. It's kind of funny because I don't remember using it much at all. But I am going to actually darken up this area, the underside of his mustache with this. This is a Jelly Roll 08 white pen, by the way, if anybody is wondering what it is. And you can't really see it when you put it on just the paper, but if you look at it sort of sideways, it's the same as white charcoal pencil. If you look at it sort of sideways, it almost makes a it almost makes like a 3D effect. That is a shadow. I can actually take that out, but what I was going for was to have, if you look at a hat, they sort of dip it right at this part. I'm not sure if I'm going to go back and change that out. I think I'm going to sort of bring it into this area after I'm done with this mustache. I actually don't have any sort of songs that I can put on here right now. Sorry about that. Any music that I play will be something that I've wrote before, probably. Let's see. Alright, I need to circle this off, round it off. I'll come back in and put that part back in a second. Let's see here. I doubt this does much to it. Yeah, that works a little bit. Does it look better like that? I'll hold this up, see if you can see what I was doing with the white there. I do sometimes overwork stuff, and I don't mean to. I get into the habit of hatching and stuff, and I say, okay, well, I'm going to put a little bit more, and sometimes I go overboard. Okay. I think with the darkness from the hat there, it just makes him more menacing looking. Let's see if I can round it out a little bit. All right. Alright. That's actually the first time I've ever drawn him, so I think I've done pretty good from it. I like the way he turned out. This is the one I done a couple days ago, actually. I love the Arrow show, and this is the one that I done. I wanted to do one that was sort of a comic, in between of the comic and the TV show, and that's what I came up with. Yeah, I have actually never seen him drawn without that huge hat like that. I think he looks pretty good. And by the way, thank you very much for chatting with me and sticking around. This will be up on my YouTube. I'm probably going to put it up on Monday. I'll edit it up and put it on there as well. Just so, I don't know if it's on my thing here. I don't know, is my link to my YouTube on my page? I don't know. I have a bunch of art videos there, by the way. Just trying to make sure I didn't leave anything out. I wasn't actually expecting a request for Yosemite Sam. Had somebody, I said, well, I don't know what to draw, but I want to draw something, and they're like, can I pick? And I'm sure. Do Yosemite Sam for me. I said, all right. So I'm going to do it in a more comic book style than a cartoon style. So I think he turned out great, though. I'm very happy with him. If you have any requests, feel free to drop them to me. My Twitter, I'll put that in here as well, is STO17 or 017, and just drop me a line if you ever want me to draw something on live stream. Just say, I'd like to see a live stream of so and so art piece or something, and I'll try to get to it. I just had my internet upgraded not long ago, and I've been in a gaming mood instead of a drawing mood, so I've been streaming games instead. But I actually am I'm trying to do different art than this. I'm going back to my roots by doing the comic art. I actually mainly do pencil, like tonal or value pencil drawings, and I'm trying to adapt the shadows and the values and stuff in a comic way to it. So, but I think that's going to be it for now. Thank you very much for dropping by the way. Again, thank you, and I'll always announce if I'm going to be streaming on my Twitter. I think I'm going to go on and get off here and go find me some breakfast. Thank you again very much.